My name is Louis Bardell, and I am interested in poetry, especially Spanish poetry written by Federico Garcia Lorca and Pablo Neruda. Um, Today, I am going to try and explain as best as I can the concept we call duende. Okay, duende is a kind of mysterious subject. Um, it's a kind of like artistic voodoo. Um, so uh, let's see. You know, a few years ago, I came across this subject. I really had no idea uh, what it meant, and I spent a lot of time reading Lorca and working with other poets and trying to understand the meaning. Uh, and to me, raw duende is the raw material of the heart and soul. Okay, that's the first uh, thing that you must understand. It's raw. It's uncooked. It is uncultivated. It is not something that you learn in Harvard or some other fancy school. This is something that any person can attain as long as they are real. It bubbles up naturally during performance. It is present wherever the heart and soul are involved. We recognize it as the real thing as opposed to the fake. Okay? Uh, it is the salt and pepper on your food. Duende will make the merely good artist a great artist because Duende opens up a whole dimension, a whole new dimension for feeling and understanding. It is important to remember that Duende, like I said, is heart and soul. Okay? It is not artifice. It is heart and soul. And when the heart and soul arrives, people in the audience know it. And it creates a magical feeling. That's why I say it's like voodoo. And Duende arrives only when the artist is fully committed. That's why they say a lot of times gypsy gypsy performers and blues singers attain this duende. Anyway, I've spoken and tried to explain this concept. Let me see if I can call up some duende reading Lorca's poem, Danza, excuse my Spanish, Danza de Lua en Santiago, Dance of the Moon in Santiago. In Search of Duende by Federico Garcia Lorca. Okay. Regard that white gallant, look at his spent body. It is the moon that dances in the courtyard of the dead. Look at his spent body, blackened with shadows and wolves. Mother, the moon is dancing in the courtyard of the dead. Who wounds the stone fowl at the very portal of sleep? It is the moon. It is the moon in the courtyard of the dead, who stares at my gray glasses, his eyes filled with clouds. It is the moon. It is the moon in the courtyard of the dead. Let me perish in my bed, dreaming of golden flowers. Golden flowers, sorry. Golden flowers. Mother, the moon is dancing in the courtyard of the dead. Ay, daughter, with the wind of the sky, I turn suddenly white. It is not the wind, but the sad moon in the courtyard of the dead. I'll say it again. Let's see if Duende can visit my soul. It is not the wind, but the sad moon in the courtyard of the dead, who bellows with the moan of a great melancholy ox. Mother, the moon. It is the moon in the courtyard of the dead. Yes, the moon. The moon, crowned with furs, that dances, dances, dances in the courtyard of the dead. Bye.